What is up, guys? How are you? Although I'm pushing all of my extra windows to the corner so I don't see them. I don't know how to get rid of the atrium vertical stuff, so I'm just shoving them in the corner. If I don't see it, it doesn't exist. Yeah, how are you guys? Hold up, let me go see. Turn off this. Congrats on first silver. Congrats. Hi Dunny. Hi Jaybird. Hi Lisa. How are you guys? Oh my god, Lisa, the donuts looked so good yesterday. I forgot to mention. They look so good. They look so good, dog. Here, let me pull up my chat. There we go. Now the guys, the chats are touching. They're touching. Okay, I wanted to make sure that I could actually see things. They're touching. Hold up, I don't think they're touching. Wait. Okay, yeah, they are. I was a bit worried for a second. God damn it! As soon as I start, guys. As soon as I start. Hold up. Yeah, get your redeems in now, because I'll probably be muted for the rest of the stream. Just because I'm children. There we go. Timer 3 minutes. Bork. Let's see. What else? Bork. I think everything else is Bork set up pretty well. I don't think there's anything Bork wrong with anything Bork. So that's good. Bork. Bork. And I think we did a good job at streamlining setup Bork. Because usually this the setup takes me way longer Bork. But I think we did it in like 3 minutes, I want to say, Bork. That's cold. Very good. Bork. Let's see. Oh my god, Bork. This is so good, Bork. This is so good, Bork. I'm trying to think what else, Bork. Oh no, Bork. There we go. I'm snoozing the ad just for the Borks. There we go. I'm trying to think, Bork. If there's anything crazy, Bork. I didn't really do much today, Bork, other than like watch a lot of Bork. YouTube in general, I want to say, Bork. So one of the few things that have Bork just taken over my timeline personally, Bork, is just like the whole streamer university fiasco, Bork. I feel like everyone and their mother, Bork, is making a video about it, Bork. Whether or not you're a YouTuber, Bork, or a streamer, Bork, or even both of them, Bork. I feel like everyone's sticking their little fingers, Bork, into the pie. It feels like, Bork. There we go. Bork. I don't think there's anything else that that really stuck out to me this recently, Bork. I think mainly these days I've just been keeping to myself, I think, Bork. I've just been, working on things that I think I should be working on, Bork. Getting frustrated that I'm not streamlining enough, Bork, I guess. Bork. Because I want to make sure, Bork, that I have enough time to actually work on things, if that makes sense, Bork. But it's it'd be a struggle, Bork. Oh my god, Snowwoo! Hi, Snowwoo, Bork. How are you, Bork? It feels like it's 20 years, Bork. Here we are, Bork. I keep forgetting, Bork. I should keep myself on the YouTube live stream, Bork, and then pull up chat on this side, Bork. There we go, Bork. Boom, Bork. I'm trying to think what else, Bork. I've been watching a lot of cleaning videos too, Bork. Oh my god, guys, a thing about cleaning videos, Bork. What made me so sad recently, Bork, was me looking at the YouTube videos, I guess, Bork, where it was my recommendations. I ended up getting a video about like cleaning, Bork. But it was centered in China, Bork. And I think, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's AI slop, Bork. And it makes me so upset, Bork. There you go, timer is up. Thank you for the Borks, Dunny. Bork. But yeah, I kind of, because it like, the thing about AI, I think it just struggles so much with hands and feet. So like if I see someone walking around with like regular feet and then their feet turns into hands, I think that's AI. I'm pretty sure, you know. And so it was really interesting. I don't know, because I didn't really watch a lot of the videos. I was just hovering over them, and I was like, man, I feel so disappointed. Or it's like I think this is what happens a lot when it comes to Eastern and Western audiences, is that, you know, like there are just Eastern apps for the East, and unfortunately what mainly happens is people will take videos off of the Eastern creators and then re-upload them onto the worldwide app, which is like the one for the West, right? So it's very frustrating in a sense to kind of see hard work made by someone else be taken advantage of by another person. I'm good. Our fire alarm is beeping because of battery. Oh god. Oh, R.I.P. Snoo. R.I.P. Oh my god, that sounds rough. That sounds rough. Oh, is my chat broken? Oh no, it is. Okay. I was wondering because they're not lining up. I gotta stop looking at the YouTube one. There we go. Because it's making me realize like for example, my YouTube will kind of buffer in a sense, so it makes it out of sync. It's gonna be a long night. Nah, that's so fair. That is so fair. I don't know how I would survive with that. I'd rip that shit outside the fuck. Honestly, I would probably just break it. I'm very sensitive to noises, is what I'm realizing recently. Because if things are like way too loud, god damn it, I opened up all my fucking sticky notes. Yeah, but that's what I'm realizing. I'm really sensitive to sounds, it feels like. I think because I've lived in so many places that were like quiet. I think that's why. And I'm not a very talkative person IRL, nor am I very like the only time I actually do talk to myself is when I'm doing work in a sense, or like trying to bounce off ideas. But usually I'm not really a yapper, if that makes sense. Reeps! Hi, Sig. Hi, how are you? How you doing? How's your day? I left my body on YouTube. It came over here to be in sync. Real Snoo. Thank you. There we go. Oh, ads are gonna be running. Run for the ads. Let's see. Let me switch over to the art stream. There we are. Oh my god, I'm a fish. I forgot. Turn this off and then turn this one on. I have to delete all of these actually. Also, fun fact, my restream chat is broken. It no work. It's so sad. I'm doing all right. How are you doing? Day has been relaxing. Oh, that's good. Let's go. That's good. Reeps. What the fuck was that fish? It's my new model, bro. It's my new model, bro. Here, let me pull it back up screen. I recently commissioned this piece by Breadbotnik because he was remember that game where you're like a fish? No, not that one. Like you're like a what is it called? It's one of those games that like your chat can play if you like spend channel points, and then it's like, oh, you caught a piece of a trash. Oh, you caught a flounder. You know, it's like a little like animation where you like throw your fishing line, and then like you pull out a fish, and it's like, yay! Yeah. So I don't play that game, nor do I even have it, but I wanted the fish. I wanted the fish because I was gonna use it as a model. and it's great. It spins. Hold up, hold on. I don't know if the spin will really work, but we'll play it anyways. It's so good. It's so good. This is all that I ever dreamed of. This is all that I ever dreamed of. I'm fulfilled. This is wonderful. But yeah, that's my new model. Oh yeah, that thing, LMAO, I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, Red Botnik did a great job. I should probably do a shout out thing for him. Hold up. Join the fish cult. Join the fish cult. Do it. Do it. For context, I paid 20 USD for the fish. Might be the greatest mall I've ever seen. Oh my god, thank you. Oh my god, thank you. Yeah, and also Bread is the person who made the Blorbo, the one Reaper 3D model that moves back and forth. Yeah, he also made that one. Fisherman's Reprieve. No, exactly. That's why I got it, because, like, you know, I love fishing games. I'm Fish God. Fish God Reaps. That is my final form. You know, I really like it. I really like how the sites turned out too. And W Bread Botnik, because I'm gonna be using them as a reference forever. You guys don't understand how hard it is to draw the sites sometimes. Oh, and other news, here, let me pull it up, because I wanted to show off what I got for Artfight so far. So I've been slacking on Artfight just because I want to finish my projects. So my work queue is, I dropped my sticky note. It's gone. It's gone. My work queue has let's see. Right now we're working on Jaybirds, and then we're gonna be working on Coopers, I believe. Where's my VGen? Come on, load. There we go. Where's my work queue right here? Yeah, it's where is it? Yeah. It goes Jaybird, Cooper, Snoo, Evermore, and then Clove. I'm very excited. So I have to kind of get done some of these things before I can do more stuff, if that makes sense. I'm struggling, guys, but it's okay. I'll lock in. I think if I prioritize my time more, I think that would help out a lot. Oh my god, Viscally. No, exactly. The side eye. Here, let me pull them up real quick. So the first one is by Snoo. Because I realize we're almost halfway through Artfight, and I'm like, oh, we are almost halfway through Artfight. It's fine. It's fine. But also, you guys know what's crazy? I was like sitting around on YouTube and I would see people's like videos about Artfight, right? Telling me how some bitches have done 30 attacks within like 10 days. What do you mean you did 30 attacks? And I didn't want to click on it just because I'm lazy. I was like, you know what? Have fun, bro. Have fun. But like, oh my god, they're like, yeah, I think I'm done. I'm like, what do you mean you think you're done? And then I saw the count that they did. I was like, oh, that's a lot. Here, here's the one by Snoo. Let me pull back chat. Let me pull chat back up. There we go. Oh, thank you for the head pat, Spartan. Thank you. 30? Yeah, no, it was crazy. I was like, yo, what? What? Some people are just really locked the fuck in, I guess, you know? I was like, damn, dude, that's crazy. And then the second one that I got is by Visily. Let's see, let me go find it real quick. I saved it in my fan art folder. There you go. I really like the texture. Oh my god. I really like the texture too. Here, just cover me up, it's okay. There we go. Those are the two attacks that I got so far, and I wanted to showcase them. Also, welcome in, Masamaki. Welcome in. I fucking love that emote. The red thing, I fucking love it. Yeah, no, like these are so good. I really like both of them. I love the outfit design that Snoomoo did. I really like it. And also the hair loopies. The hair loopies is really hard to do. And the boots. Honestly, slay. Yeah, and I really like Visily's a lot too, because I think we had this like conversation around a year ago. Was like kind of like the cool manga style is really nice. I didn't realize I made your booty shine until I uploaded it to the website. Gotta make the booty shine. It's fine. It's fine. Also, you did a really great job trying to, what do you call it? The heel, right? Oh. Am I like not looking at YouTube? Hold up. Am I not looking on Twitch? I think my settings are fine. Masamaki. I know you can't raid out to another person unless you have like 1K followers, I think it was. It was like a certain threshold I think they limit you on. But yeah, I really like these things, guys. I really like the artwork. It's really good. Thank you guys so much. I was like frothing over both of them when I got them. But I wanted to showcase them. They're so good. They're so good. Yummy. And yes, they're gonna go into my folder. So for me, right? I have this thing when I go to my BR back screen. They're gonna be a part of this thing, which is gonna be pretty cool. I just gotta add them in again. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Oh, I gotta turn redirects on? Okay, well, how do I do that? Hold up. Oish. Let's see. What are my settings? The the bar is useless. I went to go see on the YouTube like a little search bar. Let's see. Oh my god, Visily, that's crazy. Visily, that's crazy. Let's see. Oh, there we go. All right. I don't know if the settings will take effect because they did start stream already. I don't know if it will do it. But I turned it on. And if it doesn't, thank you for the kind thoughts. I really do appreciate it. Let's see. How do I go back to my live stream? There we go. No, I'm not in my live stream. Hold up. I'm so not used to the setup on YouTube. Let's see. Oh my god, I forgot the raccoon in the corner. And there's a hunch. Oh yeah, we were still working on the tail part of the artwork. I forgot. It worked? Oh, bet. Hold up, let me go see. Yippee! There we go. Nice. I'm so fascinated by YouTube because it doesn't really give me a lot of like, what do you call it? Notifications when stuff happens. Cool. Hmm. Cool. I gotta like, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna set up my desk again. Oh, I gotta keep forgetting not to do that. Whenever I close Clip Studio Paint, it kind of fucks up with the tracking or whatever. I need to get an example of the, what do you call it? The tail from my DMs real quick. Because I know it's like, twirled, right? Honestly, the coloring of the fox in general just reminds me of like bread. It's so good. There we go. Save image. Oh, yay! Okay, let's see. Nice, okay. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you. Thank you for turning on your rating. Yeah, no, of course. I didn't even know that was a thing, honestly. Thank you for the redirect. I gotta, oh my god. There we go. Yeah, welcome on in. Hello. My name is Reaper, or Naughty Dog. You guys can call me any of those. I use any pronouns. And usually I do art here. I do art and sometimes gaming. Well, on this channel, on my YouTube channel, I only do art. I'm multi-streaming right now to Twitch as well. But thank you so much for the raid. If you need to raid and run, feel free. No worries. Take good care of yourselves. And if not, you are more than welcome to come and hang out with us. I really love how you guys all use like the red guy. It's so good. That's like, honestly, that's literally my favorite. It's my favorite emotes on or what do they call it on YouTube? They don't call it emotes. They call it I guess just emoji. Fire. Let's see. Yeah, they should make it more obvious since it isn't turned on by default. No, exactly. I'm very surprised that it isn't. Very surprised. I like the little hat. Thank you, Snoo. Thank you. Also, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you. Can I give you? Is there shoutouts on YouTube? I don't know if there are shoutouts on YouTube. Hold up. There's shoutouts on YouTube. I'm still very new to live streaming on YouTube. Oh, okay. I guess I need to add a automatic shout out for streamer bot on my side. Here, I'll just can I click on the profile? Yeah, I can. Here, I'll just do this. I'll leave a link to your channel to the chats here. Let me just do that real quick. There we go. And that should post in both chats. There we go. Yeah, thank you again so much for the raid. I very much appreciate it. Exactly. Oh my god, hi Takeo. I sniff you. I hope stream was well. Hold up. I'm flipping through all of my settings real quick. There we go. I wish we had the red guy email on YouTube here. Oh, that is so fair. No. So this is the thing, right? Don't tell YouTube, but I did a thing, right? don't tell YouTube. Here, I liked it so much that I made my own version with my model. It's so good. There we go, and then let me boop. There we go. The other scary thing about YouTube raids is that they're very easy to miss. They pop up in chat just for a moment. They do? I didn't even get a pop-up. No, because I was staring at the what do you call it? I was staring at the chat. It didn't show me anything or any like notification whatsoever. That's why I was like so confused. I was like, do I do my entry? Do I do my my introduction now or let's see. Eventually I will make a command that does air raid siren when you get raided. I'll give it to you when I make it. Oh, sure. Yeah, sure. Why not? W. Feel free to contact me through my business email because I don't even think YouTube has like DMs, or you can message me on Twitch through Twitch Whispers. Stare. Exactly. If you change between top chat and live chat, you can see what pop-up looks right now. Really? Oh my god, you guys are saving me. Oh, W. Oh, yeah, it's like very small. And this is another thing that like kind of, you know, is so different is that the YouTube shout out is like at the bottom. Like whenever you pin anything, it's at the bottom, not at the top. See. Oh yeah, they Thanos DMs a billion years ago. Yeah, I heard that they were gonna bring it back though, so I was like, okay, I guess. Stream was fine. Last game I played, the opposing team got taught a lesson. Big 34-1 lesson. Oh, W, let's go. Nice. Oh, thank you for the stream streak. Takeo, thank you. Bork, 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 bork. Thank you for the 5 stream streak. So fair, so fair. But yeah, were you guys also working on it? Or what were you guys doing? You think YouTube would show you all of this of making vid talking about what to do but don't? Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. Or even like when I started looking into doing multi-streaming, because like mainly I started streaming on Twitch first before I started doing multi-streaming to YouTube. You would think that it would have any sort of like notification, because I have streamer bot enabled. And it didn't even tell me on StreamerBot that you rated in either. No, it didn't. It didn't tell me at all.
Oh shucks, you spoil me, Tilda.
Let's see. They're going to bring it back and call it Google Giggles. You didn't hear it from me though? Oh my god, Google Giggles. I'm stealing that from my status. Hold up. I'm stealing that from my Discord status. Hold up. Yo, baby girl. You want what? What's your handle on Google Giggles? Yo, girl. What's up? What's your handle on Google? Google Giggles. There we go. Oh, thank you for the 1K bits. Thank you so much, Takeo. That deserves a big boom from me. Boom. You got a Kajo emote? You have a Kajo emote. Fire. W Kajo. W. But yeah, thank you so much for the bits, Takeo. Thank you. Big boom. Honestly, fire. Honestly, fire. I very much appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see. Yeah, you have to do a custom type of command. That typical I wish rating was more obvious. You have to do a custom command as well. Hold up, I'm picking out my sticky note. Hold up. See, I need turn raids on, or redirect, I should say. Because I do know a few other of my friends who do also do multi-stream. Let's see. And then research custom command. There you go. Oh, your art looks so cute. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm working on a commission for Jaybird right now. Oh wait, guys, this is the thing. Do we, since we got our first redirect, do we add them to the Twitch raid board? I think we should add them to the Twitch raid board. Hold up. So I do this thing, right? Where I draw every single raider who runs into me. Mind you, they're gonna be sketches from that one. I'm gonna be honest with you, they're gonna be sketches because you know, this right here. Can you guys see this? Can you guys see? Oh, yep, you can. This right here is my raid board for Twitch. And as you can see, I end up getting into a lot of different projects, so it takes me a while to catch up. But I'm gonna go ahead and add you guys. And I'll probably send this fan art probably a year from now at this point. But here, we'll have you guys be special. You'll be in red. And then there's numbers at the end, right? There you go. First herb YouTube direct. Yay! Welcome to the raid board or redirect board. There we go. Save. And to give an example, I'll pull up one of the things that we did for another person who rated in here. Wait, it's my time to flex. Hold up. I think this is like a good example of what it's going to look like. This is what I did for Fjord Forte, aka your boy Fjord, and then I did this one for Effie recently. So these are just some examples of my work. I think the raid board is going to be more sketches now just because of the amount of work that it takes to do it. I want to make sure that I get everyone. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. Doodling more. Oh my god, the Balkaja emote is so good. Well, that's amazing. Oh, thank you, thank you. As someone who understands the plight of art, I'll happily not take a slot on your raid board. Oh, very fair, very fair. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Thank you for being kind, though. Thank you for being kind. Yeah, because I just like doing them because I like, you know, showing thanks is pretty much where I come from. Because I think they're just gonna be sketches now, if I'm being honest with you. So it's just a little sketchy sketch. Because it does mean a lot to me that you are the first person who redirected into me on YouTube. Let's see. Oh my god, do you like Black Butler? Yes, I fucking do. Yes, I fucking do. Yeah, I really like the style of Yana. I really like it. Where he's be like, I'll just be a sketch and then throws full color up there. Well, this is the thing, right? This is the thing, right? I can't control myself when it comes to like the homies. Cause you know, for example, the reason why I went all out on Effie's is just because, I think when I first met Effie has always just been so incredibly kind to me. And it's really easy for me to kind of get overzealous with art because I kind of get locked in a little bit. But this is the thing. This is my defense too. I used Effie's artwork for her raid board basically to showcase my VGen commissions. So it does work out eventually. But yeah, I think I'll put myself on like a timer to make sure that I get through everyone. Because you know, it gives me a chance to kind of sit through and be like, you know, I always have something to draw. Like there's always something to draw on stream, which I really appreciate because it helps me kind of get over art block. Let's see. Do I even have my, hold up. Hold up, let me pull up my Twitch real quick. I have a website that showcases a lot of the different variations of the raid board. Hold up, let me go grab it. Because me doing the raid board also helps me, there you go. It's a card link, so do not be scared of the link. Do not be scared. But yeah, showcases a lot of my journey in art because I only started drawing in the art category around a year ago and some change. I think back in June of last year was when I just started shifting just to art. close these. I was this close to not rating at all. You popped up in my recommended at the last second, so thank you. I'll go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm glad. I'm glad. There we go. Purple sketch on Twitch, red sketch on YouTube. Ooh, maybe honestly that could probably work actually. Because I think the sketches is just the way to go. Because I tried, doing the black and white, but then I get I get too locked in on coloring, I think. Yeah, because I think having Clip Studio Paint helped it a lot with it, because coloring on Krita is pain. I love sketching on Krita. I absolutely love it. But coloring is a whole nother beast. It's a whole nother beast. Is that a cowboy Miku? Is that a cowboy Miku? Oh hell yes. I'm okay. I love this. Let's see. All right, let me go ahead and input this before I forget. There we go. I'm not very skilled at drawing really cute things. So I'm trying to be, what do you call it? More careful with this one. How long have you been drawing? It's like how do I explain this? I first started drawing back in high school, but it wasn't really drawing, I feel like. All I was doing was copying manga panels like bar for bar to like get practice in. And then I ended up having my beef with art. So I ended up giving up art for a long period of time. So I've only recently got back into it. I guess I've been consistently drawing for a year, on and off for a few months. So it's a long-winded answer of like, I guess a year and some change. Because I used to stream games on Twitch, but then my rig is very well, my rig and my internet, I should say, my rig and my internet are not the best back then. So I made the change to just doing artwork on stream, because it was something that I really wanted to get back into. So it was my priority to start drawing more. And now I have a better rig, but the internet's still kind of poo poo. It's kind of poo poo. I ain't gonna lie to you. So yeah, I usually just do art streams. We all start somewhere. Yeah, exactly. How long have you been drawing? So I'll probably I'll probably check out your work later. Because I do love the art.
on quiet streets, two hearts finding where to meet. But life pulled us apart, left me talking to the dark.
Reeves personally churns their internet and the butter churn every day. No, it honestly, it'd be like that. It'd be like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I prefer not to carbon date myself. Oh my god. It'd be like that. But a long time? Okay, okay, I see. Let's go. Let's go. Fire, fire. Carbon date is fucking sending me. I feel like the face is a bit too small, but... Time to go to sleep. Have a good stream, Reaps. Yeah, of course. Good night, Snoo. Have a good rest. You put in the hours today with art. I'm you know, very proud. Lock the fuck in. Have a good rest. Yeah, I know it's the weekend, guys, but if you need to go to bed, please go to bed. Oh my god, the little hot chocolate one's so cute. You know, I was tired, but as soon as I ended my stream, I wrapped back around to being awake. It really, honestly, it is like that, honestly. Because usually when I'm done streaming, I usually just go to my editing dungeon. Well, no, I hang out for a bit and either watch the person that I raided into or like take a moment to like kind of go grab something to drink or something, and then like watch a random YouTube video, and then I start editing on my, well, editing for my second channel basically. We might make his face a bit bigger later. You're enjoying it, Jaybird? I think the most difficult part is going to be the flowers. I'm scared of like the sakura blossoms. I'm scared. Cat drawing, it's cute. Thank you, thank you. It's like it's a little fox. Let's see. What was I doing? Maybe I should use like a regular pen. I usually like a lot of texture when it comes to doing line art. But since this is more like a cutesy style, like really cute animal style, I kind of want it to be smooth. To like highlight the roundness of everything. I thought it was a dog. Like, LMAO, no worries, no worries. I feel like when it comes to certain animals, because it looks like an emu, right? Or like the little like the dogs, the corgi. It looks like a corgi. There we go. Just got back. Oh, okay, I see Jeepard. I see. It's really cool seeing my little idea being created in front of me. Yeah, of course. Thank you for the commission, Jaybird. I really appreciate it. My road to verification on VGen. We are getting there. So I very much appreciate it. Because I know I haven't opened commissions in like a long time. I think I closed commissions. I think I opened them in November. Kept them open until half of December. And then didn't open until now again. We never know what journey we're going to be on at this point, right? I'll try to open commissions more often, or at least have a set of slots open so people can commission while I work on other projects as well. Because I think I'm just going to prioritize using time on stream to do commissions. And possibly, very, very possibly do some, what do you call it? Do some art fight attacks. Because after I finish this one for you, Jaybird, I think I'm going to go ahead and do an art fight attack. So I think that would be fun. And then let everyone in the queue know. Because, you know, in art, you kind of have to have that balance of things that you enjoy doing and then your obligations, which is your commissions as well. As usual, I'm always right. Now that you mention it, if foxes and shibas do really look the same. Yeah, no, exactly, right? They do. Ray Ray? Can I call you Ray Ray? Oh yeah, sure, why not? What's your favorite thing to draw? Ladies. I like drawing the baddies, bro. I like drawing the baddies. So majority of the people who commission me and majority of the people who I am friends with or like who rate into me are predominantly men, which I do enjoy drawing men, but like just because of the like it's very rare for me to draw a baddie. Yeah. I like drawing the ladies. How about you guys? Because I assume that a lot of you guys are artists who rated in. The heart nose is so cute. An artist after my own heart. W. There you go. Let me make sure that it's the same. I think I made it like a smaller, if that makes sense. Jaybird, the reaction, the face that you sent me is so fucking funny. I prefer muscle mommies. Oh my god, let's go. But only on Mondays. And I enjoy drawing femboys, but only on Fridays. Oh my god, slay. Okay, nice. Honestly, slay. Honestly, slay. I don't think I ever drawn a femboy, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah. Yeah, because I think I only ever do, like... Well, maybe I possibly already did, and I just didn't know. I don't know. I usually just go to the people who rated me their streams and screenshot whatever model they're using and then draw that and then send it to them. How did you learn how to draw? Oh, so I learned primarily by copying other people, like the manga panels of Black Butler and Bleach. I basically sat so how do I explain this? So I, in high school, grew up without internet, basically. So I would grab manga books from like the library and stuff. And then I would sit down and redraw it in a sketchbook. So that's kind of how I learned how to do faces a bit, or like at least got confident in doing line work, right? Because if you're inking stuff, you kind of have to be confident or else it looks like shit. You gotta lock the fuck in and actually, like, if it's a little too round or if it's a little too straight, then, you know, when doing traditional art, you just kind of have to live with your mistake. You're just gonna have to live with it. And then I took a really, really long break. So I ended up just looking up art tutorials, like how to draw a head, how to do a body, and pick and choose what I liked about it. So it's a lot of just self-teaching where it's like looking at other people and how they do stuff and then trying to mimic that, or going to other art streams. Because I think it was last year I had watched a lot of Twitch streamers who did art, and so I would ask them like how did you do this, or like any questions and stuff like that. So if you find an artist like anywhere, I think, who does live streaming, and you can like be like, obviously be polite and be like, hey, is it okay for me to ask you questions about art, because I really like your style, etc., etc. I think that's fine, but obviously, you know, it's case by case basis. The people who I watched were very passionate about art and wanted to help a lot of people, despite, you know, the reason why they started streaming was for them to finish their work, you know. But you know, they like chatting about art, so it was fine. It really is the best expression for my little dude. The freakiest of them frogs. No, exactly. Freaky frog. I hope that I'm capturing it right. Let's see. I think it needs to be thinner. Probably add the fang back later. I think that's the best way to learn, to be honest. Learn from the people around you. Yeah, yeah. I stream to get no work done. Sad times. It'd be like that. It'd be like that. Because I think it was yesterday we streamed like I think 4 hours, and we barely got the sketch done because we were yapping too much. Like how I mentioned, basically, I'm very much the type of person to just be yapping most of the time when it comes to like working on projects, if I'm being honest with you. Like I was a menace. I feel like I was a menace when it came to working in group projects or like, group settings. Cause I would just be slacking off or like talking to people, and then I would just do all the work at home. So it was kind of useless for me to do that. We do get some work done. Okay, we get some work done, enough for us not to be fired, basically. Just enough, because I mainly treat my my streams as just chatting, if I'm being honest. I know a lot of other artists enjoy more of having time to work on stuff, so they're not as chatty, or they kind of only have like a muted mic, which is completely fair, completely valid. But I wasn't originally an art streamer, so my brain is still hardwired to kind of yap while I do stuff. At least that's what I've seen how other people do their art streams on Twitch. I'm not too sure about YouTube, just because I feel like the YouTube search system is so hard to find live streams. Unless you're constantly looking for live streams, it kind of just doesn't show you them. So I think the most that I've watched YouTube live streams was just like watching corporate VTubers, basically. Because they only ever stream on like YouTube. Which makes sense, because you can get like the VOD. And it doesn't like disappear. Which I guess is a big factor as to why I wanted to start streaming on YouTube. Because the fact that your live stream disappears after a while on Twitch is really annoying. Like for most streams it's fine, it doesn't really matter, but having to remember certain streams and be like, oh wait, I gotta make sure that I save it. I got tired of doing that. I was speaking Japanese when I stream when working, lol. That's so fair. That's so fair. Oh, there we go. Boop. I realize they're just gonna be covered up by the blossoms. That's okay. Jaybird, did you want the embellishments on the hat? Oh wait, no, I think it's the same hat. Never mind. I was just looking at the reference photo that you gave me with the feathers and stuff. I realized it's literally just the same hat. Might try to make it a bit more similar shape. Jaybird. I'm trying to think of anything else that I watched recently. Yeah, I guess my timeline has just been filled with a bunch of like YouTube commentary videos. Just because there are a lot of, I think, topics that I just don't really think about. Like, remember last time we were talking about furniture, and just so happenly there was a few opinions on it, right? Which is like buying new versus like buying refurnished or like used furniture. So it's kind of made me think about just like what else do I just not know about? Or like do I just not notice? Because when it came to furniture, I haven't shopped for furniture in a hot minute and only recently wanted to get a second desk, right? Where my setup, it's kind of like small in a sense, where if I get like another desk, it would probably be better in a sense of just having more room to do stuff. But that's what it kind of made me think about was there's so many different niches in YouTube or topics in YouTube that I just don't really know about. And it's been a long time since I've sat down and just watched a random YouTube video that like I had no stakes in. Because usually it's like something like I only really watch videos about things that I particularly enjoy or like have a fascination with, or a bit of both. Things that I enjoy, but also things that I hate, right? Or like creators' content that I kind of dislike, if I'm being honest with you. Like I ended up seeing a lot of the, like what we talked about yesterday was the video about that one guy on YouTube who does like movie reviews and how he faced like severe backlash due to a lot of the jokes he made and his take on the movie, which was not nuanced at all, or like, like if we're gonna watch like a heavily discussed film, especially when it's concerning particular topics or interpretations, and you go in and you kind of like you kind of shit on the movie, no, of course people are going to be upset with you 100%. So it's been a while since I've sat down and watched something that was completely out of my wheelhouse. Out here hate watching for shame. Exactly. Because it's like, like there are particular creators who I don't necessarily enjoy, so I just don't watch their content anymore. And then maybe a year later or a few months later, depending on how much time has passed, they usually get involved into some type of, I don't want to say drama, because to me it's more than just drama in a sense, where it's like offending your audience basically, right? So the guy in particular, I just stopped watching him because a lot of his content was haphazardly thrown together, is the easiest way that I can say. Or not even haphazardly, more like framed in a certain way that made whatever media he was watching bad. Or not bad, but like worse than it actually was. So leaving out context as to why certain things happen in the movie or the original timeline of the movie / show, things like that, and then drawing very interesting caricatures of the characters. So I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, so I'm gonna step out. I'm gonna get out of here. Hmm. But yeah, I think it was, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I ended up watching this guy's 8-hour long video about The Witcher. I was like, dude, because I had no stakes in it. Like, I don't care about the actor, nor was I a big fan of the actor or anything. Like, he's just another guy for me. As well as like the series in general, I didn't have any tie to the games at all, or like the books. I just, watched the movie on Netflix, not movie. I watched the Netflix series and I was like, it seems interesting. Because there was a period of time I really wanted to get into fantasy, right? And, me being me, I was like, you know what? I'm going to be like the average consumer and just like pick a show to watch and see what happens, right? So it led to me going into this deep dive about The Witcher and all the discussions. Not necessarily controversies, but I guess just the overall discussions amongst fans about how how they felt about the casting of the person who was going to play the Witcher, or people who were in favor of the casting, or even the interpretation from Netflix, right? So it was very interesting. And obviously I did not watch that YouTube video in one day. It was like through multiple days that I was watching this guy yap about it. Because I think what makes YouTube so interesting, right, is how personal it can be. How someone can literally just make a video about their special interest and talk about it. And not necessarily be completely for the money, right? Because a person who does that, who makes like an 8-hour video, I don't think is trying to think of like, oh yeah, this is gonna make so much money, right? It's purely like a passion project at that point, right? So I think that's what I miss about watching some other YouTube content creators, was the passion that they had. Or yeah, I guess passion, I want to say. Because there have been times that I watch creators who talk about their passions like very adamantly, and then unfortunately you just never hear from them after that video, which makes me sad in a sense, because it's probably like life issues, right? It could literally be anything dealing with their life, like their personal life. But it is sad to see creators leave and not really say anything or really get the chance to say something. So like when you find someone who's really passionate about what they want to do, it kind of makes me want to support them more. Henry Cavill is pretty down to earth, to be honest. Decent actor too. Yeah, that's what a lot of people said. Because I didn't really watch many of the movies he was in, or I just didn't realize that he was in the movies, if being honest. Like he's a big nerd, right? Like he's a really big fan of fantasy in general. So it's like, oh, okay, that's cool. I mean, that's really cool, because when it comes down to acting, right, at the end of the day, these are jobs for these people. So not everyone's gonna know their role to like a T, in a sense, or be a big fan before they applied. And that can be said to like for almost anything, right? I don't know if I like this.
We were sparks on quiet streets, two hearts finding where to meet. But life pulled us apart, left me talking to the dark. If I called you
Oh my god, my music's making me sleepy.
or have we both moved on to different names? Take me back to the start, before the quiet and the scars. When the world felt small and your hands felt warm. Take me back.
Chamber. It'd be like that. It'd be like that. Whenever I'm having issue with a certain particular part of the piece, I just move on to the next one so I can just circle back later. Because this is the thing too lately. I feel like I've just been so sleepy. I don't know. Maybe it's because of like the heat possibly, or like just me in general possibly. Because I try to make a good balance of like entertainment. Like for example, IRL obligations. I always make sure that I square that away. Time for stream, which is like me working on commissions. So that's a double whammy. And then I try to make time for editing or trying to get through editing basically, because I haven't even touched the project from yesterday at all, where I'm like, damn, I should have done more. But I also want to account for resting, and then resting like your body, like you're, you know, sleeping, but I also want to account for, you know, having that off time to enjoy things that you want to watch. So finding a balance for all of those three things is, I think, a bit rough at the moment. I guess that's one of the things I've been trying to get better at too. It's just like I don't want to be back how I was before, which was just squaring away every bit of my time to like work. So I'm like, no, I should not do that. That's really bad. Oh, I didn't. Oh my god, Reaps. We're redoing this whole thing. Hold up. I think it's better if we use actual lines. It's been way too hot. No, exactly. It's been boiling at this point, right? Because that's the thing too. Because even when you do rest, it just feels hot, right? Because I think everyone feels the heat differently, obviously. But I'm like, dog, are you serious? Do you not feel how hot it is? Dog, are you serious? Like even for me right now, I have a fan on me, literally on me. So I guess can probably hear it in the mic now. So it's possibly even just like the heat making me sleepy. Because like I literally took a nap. Like I woke up from like a nap maybe an hour or two ago. So I'm like, damn, why am I sleepy? And it's not as though we've been streaming for very long. We've been streaming for like an hour and 30 minutes. So you haven't even reached the 2-hour mark. Maybe I should find tutorials how to calibrate this particular tablet. So I feel like no matter how much I turn up the stabilization, it's kind of just not doing what I want it to do. Because I'm also an artist who doesn't really put a lot of weight on my tablet, if that makes sense. Or like pressure on my tablet. Could also be a thing. I know one person who who their like artist nibs look completely like they're like, oh yeah, I try not to change them too often. I'm like, oh okay, sure, like why not? It's like, oh, because I go through too many of them. I'm like, oh really? And then they show me their pen nibs, and I'm like, oh oh, I see. Hmm. Looks fine, but I guess that's a you gotta feel know it kind of thing. Yeah. I legit change those things like once in a blue moon. Oh, that's so fair. Yeah, cause like so I started off drawing only on Krita, and so my experience with Krita has been phenomenal. I love Krita so much. But one of my friends, she had gifted me Eclipse Studio Paint for my birthday. So I've been trying to make the switch over to it because it's really good in a sense of like coloring and it has so many features which is really nice. So I try to make use of it. But when it comes to doing line art, I feel like it just doesn't like it performs so differently. So I think it's just because the tablet calibrations are different. I wanna think. I don't know. Like it's such a noticeable difference too when I compare sketching and doing line art on Krita versus doing it on Clip Studio Paint. Because I've tried editing the settings on Clip Studio Paint, but it feels like there's not much of a difference. Because people are like, oh my god, try out these settings, and I'm like, okay, but then it doesn't really do anything. So I'm like, oh. Maybe I should just use a box. Looks way too straight though. Hmm. I think I'm always going to give a lot of credit to people who can make things really cute. So I feel like you have to be really precise with your lines. Like, it's really obvious when I'm not closing my lines. I should probably look for a brush that doesn't have any effects on like line art, if that makes sense. Like line weight. Oh my god, this could be a good question. For those of you who are music fanatics, right? Do you guys mainly listen to all your music on YouTube, or do you listen to it on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever alternate music platform there is? Or do you guys like to mix them all together? Oh, YouTube Jaybird, really? So YouTube Music? Or like regular YouTube? Because I think for me, I use a mix. So I'll listen to, like right now I'm listening to Spotify just because it's like the easiest one to have up right now. But my music taste is like not necessarily different, but it's just a different set of music that will play on Spotify. And then on YouTube, I do more like I don't necessarily use YouTube Music, but I listen to more like covers of songs. Regular, but like I've been interested listening to I think, oh my god, I'm so VTuber pilled, bro. Listening to VTuber covers. Just because I think it's really nice to see, especially when it comes to people, right? Their first cover versus their latest cover, which obviously is going to be different because of the mixing, but also their technique. I feel like I am no singer and I do not really know anything much about music, but to me there has to be a difference if someone like me who doesn't know anything can tell the difference, if that makes sense, or at least feel the difference. Maybe doing this with the G pen is a mistake. Just because the way that I'm seeing it, right, is that there's two very different line weights, which is, you know, obviously fair, I guess, but like it looks very different from what I usually do, and I feel like I'm using too strong, like too thick of a brush. So I was sitting here thinking about it, right? And recently I've been researching more into VTuber corporations as a whole and listening to talents who had graduated from previous branches, right? And it's been really interesting to see the general consensus because there's a bunch of like VTuber branches that end up dispersing and like exploding basically, right? Because they're all startup companies, and unfortunately when it comes to startup companies, a large bit of them will fail and will obviously need to close down for XY reasons. So what makes it really interesting to me is just when I think of YouTube and when I think of Twitch, right? Financially, it makes sense why they choose YouTube over Twitch, just because of the VOD feature, as well as like memberships, I guess, are built in for you to kind of have exclusive content. There are, posts, like it's a more full experience, as well as the introduction of regular videos. But what I've been noticing a lot is just that when it comes to VTubers, I think they don't really utilize a lot of their long form content. So yes, they do stream, but they don't really upload much content outside of that, if that makes sense. So I've been wondering why that's the case. Because there's a lot of talks about what people do in corporations that I think is really interesting. Like talents who have graduated and have obviously are under a new name. They talk about how much work it was actually. Like the amount of time that they spend streaming versus outside work is incomparable. Like there are many times that they're working with the company on other things instead of just the streaming aspect of it. Like the streaming aspect of it takes up not a lot compared to the other things they need to do. So it had me thinking, I'm like, okay, so it makes sense if they're doing like voice acting lessons or vocal training, and that's a part of their usual routine, which I would understand. And then I started thinking further. I'm like, what else could they be doing? Because like, what else could they be doing? Because I would understand if they were taking time away to edit down their VODs to like regular YouTube videos, or if they were working on covers. That would make sense in my brain. But more often than not, they have people, like they have a group of people or a group of selected artists and, mixers and video editors who take care of those things. So obviously they need the vocal amount from the talent. But other than that, majority of it is being handed off to another person. So I'm sitting here thinking, what else could you guys be doing? Not to say that they're not doing anything, but it makes me sit here and think, like, what else are they doing? Are they like it's probably like paperwork and things like that, but because obviously even the talents who have graduated and they talk about their experiences being a part of a VTuber company, they're not necessarily going to say everything, despite their like NDA and things like that, right? Because I think it was one of the what is his name? I think it was Rando. I think his name Rando the Orc. I ended up seeing some of his content from like maybe 5 years ago to like a few years ago, talking about how it's so much more work than you think it would be. Because it's really just not just streaming, it's a whole bunch of other things. But obviously he can't really elaborate on what exactly they had worked on due to contracting. Because even when you look at other people's audition requirements or like kind of contracts, there's like this huge debate on how much you can say about the audition. Because there's this one girly pop who ended up releasing all of her auditions to Hololive. So she released like I think 5 or 6 of her auditions and what they were looking for and how the interview process was like. So I find it really fascinating because now when you look at contracts to apply to agencies, because I've been like, in the trenches and looking at things, what I find fascinating is that they've kind of restricted a lot of what people could say about it now. So if you were planning on joining an agency and you applied and you had like some luck with the interviews and made it to like even like say the second round of interviews out of like, you know, 3 rounds, you can't disclose what the interview process was like anymore, which I think is crazy. I'm like, oh, interesting. Because I think there's an influx of people who are exposing like how their interview process was, as well as like their experience in general. Because there've been quite a few other VTuber companies that ended up kind of exploding and then kind of throwing everyone underneath the bus, like doxing personal information and things like that, apparently, for certain companies, that I think is crazy. There's like horror stories on the internet all the time about these certain companies, even just on the English speaking side of branches. We're not even getting into the other countries, whether it be their Korean branch, their China branch, or even like their Japanese main branch. So I'm just like fascinated, like looking at things, because in reality, I feel like they don't make a lot of money. Like they don't really break even most of the time, a lot of the companies, right? For a long period of time. So that's why whenever they do any sort of hiring new talents or anything like that, it's kind of, I don't know. I don't really, like, I'm sitting here trying to understand the process, because when I look at certain agencies, they have like a small branch of like English, right? And they debut branches like twice a year, which I think is crazy. But I'm trying to understand it too from a business standpoint, because if you're debuting talents at least once a year, or like more oftentimes than that, then it kind of makes sense, because you want people to continuously look at your work. So yeah, you could have a talent that has over 100k subscribers, but you know, the more that you debut, the more potential earnings that they could have, and more eyes on the audience, because hey, they debut a new generation of VTubers. Okay, well, I don't really like these guys, so I'm just gonna like kind of you know, support the main baddies that I've been supporting, right? So whether or not they're gonna watch the new talent, they might end up watching the regular ones. So it's interesting. I don't know. Takeo, the emotes, thank you. That's what I've been sitting here thinking about. I was like, what else did they do? Because it's not as though you can really ask these questions or anything, because when it comes to VTuber agencies, I feel like there are a camp of people who want to apply and get into them, right? And there's also a camp of people who want to be able to work with them. And those are, you know, kind of, you kind of have to be very careful with the things that you say. At least that's how I see things. Like, it's okay for people to like kind of say whatever they want, in a sense of like, I don't care to work with the company or care to be part of the company. But I think people take that a little bit too far in talking about the company in a bad light, and then expecting that it would be fine for them to work with their talents. Because when it comes to corporations, I feel like people don't understand that, because it is just in the entertainment business. Like almost anyone can be a VTuber, let's be honest. Like, you can just get a model in and start streaming, right? Because there's a certain aspect of it, which is, you know, just using it as an avatar, and then the idol aspect of it. But I don't think people really understand the weight of the company, in a sense, for the idol culture. Because you know, like I mentioned yesterday, I was like, I've realized that there's a lot of creators that I know of who I've never seen them ever interact with the person from the opposite sex. So I'm like, yeah, no, I've never seen them collaborate with anyone like that. For other companies, I feel like that's more welcomed. Like, for example, if you look at Hollow Stars works with so many different people, as well as like, you know, the girly pops, even though they're an all male VTuber side of the company. Like, I think it was Gerard just released a cover of Jane Doe with Pun. I think her name was Pun. like bread. But I feel like that is somewhat rare, if that makes sense. Or it's like the opposite, where some companies, like say Hollow Stars, doesn't really collaborate much with their main branch, which is Hololive, right? Because, you know, with idol culture, people can be a little 0 to 100. So in order to avoid those kind of altercations and unfortunate discussions, they kind of just not, well, it depends on the people, right? Like I'm pretty sure the Hollow Stars members probably would like to work with their senpais and stuff like that. But unfortunately, I don't think the fandom would very much enjoy that, because that's the one thing that I realized when looking up, like well, not looking up, but just being in the VTuber space in general, is how dedicated and how 0 to 100 some fans of certain agencies are, especially the agencies who push idol culture. Like some of these tweets that I've read, I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god, you know? Because the only time that I've seen this amount of like tension is when I was watching a lot of like K-pop artists. Where if you see a girl in any sense of the case interact with the male idol, or like vice versa, people will go crazy over it. Or there'll be like instant dating rumors and stuff like that. And I assume it's still like that with the K-pop stuff. I haven't really been back into the thick of it yet, just because I've kind of realized that the K-pop industry in general, is very monetized based, if that makes sense. Where you're pushed a lot to buy products. Not that anyone's forcing you to, but it's kind of like FOMO, right? So I ended up just not really interacting much with content anymore regarding idols. Because then it's also like I don't know, it feels like you can't really enjoy something in a sense of like just enjoying the content, because real life does pop into it, if that makes sense. Like, you know, it's kind of hard to support artists when like eventually they get like DUIs or like, you know, not necessarily scandals written about them, but just like allegations and stuff. So sometimes it's hard to kind of stick around when a lot of that is just like the general negativity of the situation, right? That's at least how I felt for quite a bit of time. Like, I still listen to K-pop music, but if you were to ask me who the members were, I would not be able to tell you. Which I think is a complete 180 to how I used to be. Like, I used to actually know the artists that were, you know, a part of the groups. Oh, Callie collaborated with a male VTuber once and out came the insults. RIP. Thank you for the care package, Takeo. Thank you. Thank you for the 10 biddies, Takeo. Thank you. Deserves a big boom from me. Big boom. Let's go. Big boom. But yeah, it's really interesting, right? Because I've never been into the Japanese idol scene. Like, the most that I've listened to any sort of like Japanese media that had any form of like group was like back in the day when they had like visual K stuff, right? But even then I was too young, I think. I didn't really understand the weight of interactions online like that. And I feel like visual K, I don't know. I feel like I need to be more educated on it to really talk about it, but I really like the style. I don't know. I think it's really interesting to see so many different parts of the internet online. And I think for me personally, VTubing will always be a fascinating part for me. Just because, yeah, it's like virtual avatars for whatever you do. You know, streaming on YouTube, making content on YouTube, and like having live 2D rigging or having 3D avatars. It is fascinating, but it's also deeper in a sense of like the idol culture and how people react when, you know, their favorite baddie interacts with not favorite baddie, but like favorite VTuber interacts with another person. Like when people talk about how toxic the industry is in VTubing, but I feel like personally for me, I feel like that's for everything. I feel like the art community is also very toxic at times, or even like the gaming communities individually, or regular streamers in a sense, like people who stream on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. I feel like there's always allegations, or there's always like drama surrounding any of them. So, or even like smaller streamers, like, you know, like people who just started out streaming on Twitch with like a face cam or YouTube or things like that. It's a whole bag, I think, of just general vibes on the internet, if that makes sense. But I will say, I feel like VTubers really do enjoy a Google Doc at this point. So I don't really see that in like other streamers. Cause you guys know, like, even though I'm on like the VTubing sphere or like pngtuber sphere, I do have quite a few friends who do like face cam, and they say it's very similar, if not like a little bit better, if that makes sense. Because if you're a facecam streamer, whatever you do is going to be linked to your face. But if you're a VTuber or someone who doesn't really use an avatar, or, you know, has like a pngtuber, you can easily change that out. Like, yeah, it's going to be linked to your voice, but there's so many voices in the world that sound very similar to each other that I don't think it's the biggest deals, right? Face cam. Oh my Yoshi bird. But yeah, that's the thing, right? I think it's interesting. because I've also seen quite a few people flop around with content creation and how they want to be represented. Like I had some friends who started off doing like face cam and then they switched to being a VTuber, or like vice versa. And I think that's really interesting, or I don't know, because everyone takes away it from like, everyone takes away their medium in I guess their own way, if that makes sense. Like you know, there's plenty of VTubers who are not a part of like idol culture at all, or they hate idol culture, which is like interesting. And then there's some people who don't necessarily mind it, and then there's a whole other person who didn't even understand that it was linked to idol culture in any form of way. So they're confused as to why they get certain comments or why there are certain expectations that are placed on them. Don't forget to say boss bet. Like a thank you. Because I think I've been so locked in on streamers lately just because of the whole like streamer university thing, right? Where like everyone and their mother is like talking about it. And not necessarily in a bad or good way, but just as their take as a content creator, right? Which I think is fair. Like I've heard Swell Entertainment talk about it. I forgot her name, but it's something Society talk about it. I've heard quite a lot of others, like smaller creators, talk about it in general, where they're basically insinuating the topic of how some people had never streamed before at all, and then wanted to get into the streamer university thing. But you know, I can't fault anyone for at least trying or shooting their shot, but it does give a sense of just topic of discussion of, you know, you have no idea even how to work OBS, let alone Streamlabs. So what would be the reason that you wanted to do this? Or, you know, I guess having a following, like say a following on Instagram, and dealing with like how toxic Instagram comments can be, could be like, yeah, I guess you could do streaming, but have you ever tried talking live? And like, what would be the thing that you want to do? Because obviously you can always change it. You can always like figure out what's best for you, or, you know, what you enjoy doing. But to go into a group of people who have been doing this for many years, as well as like people who kind of have their own agenda as to what they want to accomplish while you're playing catch up, I think is not very good. Like, it's not a good position to be in, because you could be easily taken advantage of. And in any case of the sense, like used for content or being made fun of, etc., etc. Oh, and this is another thing too, is I think there's a lot of people who really don't know how to handle rejection. And then this sentiment has been said multiple times. So that's really not anything new. If you already had also been in the boat with me of like kind of listening to people talk about it, it's just that there's a lot of people who don't know rejection or like can't handle it. And like as a creator, I feel like you kind of have to get used to it, if that makes sense. Like there's gonna be many times where you reach out to sponsors and they're gonna tell you no, or you're going to reach out to other people for collaborations and they may tell you no, or not now, etc., etc. Or, you know, certain relationships that you had in the beginning, or certain relationships that you've had for a long time, may have a falling out, and, you know, whether or not it could be you or the other person not wanting to really interact with you anymore, that's also another form of rejection. So it's interesting, because it's like, yeah, it sucks to be rejected. It sucks to kind of put yourself out there and then be turned down, but that shouldn't be the end of it, if that makes sense. Like you should still try in a sense of like doing the thing that you want it to do, which is like for many people streaming, right? But again, I think people don't understand that you just don't make a lot of money from it. Especially not at the start. Because there's been plenty of friends that I've had who never made it to affiliate status. And now have only recently made it to affiliate status because they lowered the threshold, right? Which to me is fine. It's okay. Thank you for the save, Jaybird. Thank you. Like, I don't really feel any certain way about it, honestly. Because I did my time. I did my time trying to get Twitch affiliate. And now I'm doing my time trying to get a YouTube partnership, right? So, or like at least monetization, I should say, not partnership. So to me, it's very interesting to see in general. Where there are a few people who I think were good sports about it, who were like, yeah, you know, it would be a great opportunity, but, you know, I know I probably won't get in, but I'm gonna make content about it. Which I feel like is how you should, you know, approach it. Like there's tons of people now who are not even, who didn't even apply, who are making YouTube videos discussing it and putting their 2 cents in as a creator, which is probably the best thing that you can be doing. At least coming from like the VTube side of it, right? There are plenty of VTubers who debut every single year, who start streaming every single year. However, most of them quit within 8 to 9 months. Because it's hard for them to kind of like there are a variety of different reasons why people want to do streaming, right? There's a variety of different reasons why people want to get into it. And what you get into it for will always be different than what you are in for it now. Like you're constantly changing and you're constantly growing as a person, as well as aging as a person. So you're going through different life experiences and having different priorities. So the thing about it, right, is that I don't think a lot of people understand just how difficult it is in the beginning. How many days it would be until you get your first chatter or until like you get your first raid or redirect, right? And I think with creators in general, they kind of understand that to a certain degree because they've been through it. But people who have been applying for this kind of opportunity haven't really had that sense of rejection or really had those losses in general. They're writing their entire salaries as well as like calling off from work or doing this or doing that in order to get a chance at a possibility of being a part of that group. Like, yes, getting into it and then interacting with these people who have massive followings will help, but it's not going to be set in stone. There are many people who have collaborated with big creators in the beginning of their careers and, you know, even after when the person got big, and yet they're not growing because, you know, unfortunately, even if you know someone really big, it can jumpstart your career. It can, you know, help you out a bit, but it's up to you to actually maintain that, you know, spotlight, as well as like making your community happy or trying to navigate that. Like, for example, people who have had their friends or family members shout them out and, you know, start streaming. Yes, there were tons of people who showed up in the beginning. However, not everyone is going to stay. And dealing with that is hard, especially if you've never had to deal with that before. Like you're automatically dealing with a whole bunch of people and a huge opportunity, but yet you're letting them fall through your fingers. And to even be nice to yourself about it because you don't know how to do this. Like, this is your first stream. This is your first week at doing this. You don't understand like the overall culture around it, which is like, you know, doing your little speech of like inviting people in or, you know, asking for collaborations, even as simple as being a chatter, right? As like chatting in a live stream. There's certain like unspoken expectations that will happen. Like, you know, for me, example, there have been quite a few creators who have come into my live stream saying like, oh, I'm gonna get ready for stream, oh, I'm gonna do this for stream, which, you know, if you're getting ready for a stream and that you're going to start streaming, or like, all right, gotta go, I'm gonna go do my stream right now, that can be categorized as a form of, you know, self-promoting. And I don't think people really realize that. So with someone who hadn't had the experience of either the rejection or the long days of not having anyone, or even just like having dip in numbers, they don't know how to deal with any of these things. So it's easy to see why they crumble and they don't want to do it anymore. Because, you know, it's different having a dip of like 1 or 2 viewership, or having having a dip in 5 viewership is different than having a dip in 1,000, having a dip in 300, because that's so many people and you beat yourself up about it. So I think doing that, I think there's always going to be certain struggles that other people face that I don't think people will be able to certainly grasp the depth of it. But that's what I'm getting at, is that it's not as easy as people may think it is. Or even, you know, in a sense, being your own boss. You deciding which games that you should play if you're a gaming streamer, or what you're going to draw if you're an art streamer, or who you're going to interact with, or how you're going to deal with people just not liking you. Are you going to take it really badly, or, you know, because this is the thing too. You can be sad about it. I don't think there's anything wrong with being sad about a creator not liking you or like blocking you or whatever. You can be sad about it. That's 100%. That's fine. But I think some people are just caught up in wanting to feel as though they know everything, if that makes sense. Like, even for me, when I was going through the hardships of ending friendships in the, you know, streaming space, I deadass looked up YouTube videos. I looked up YouTube videos, I ain't gonna lie to you, because it was something that I didn't really know how to navigate or felt really alone in. And in reality, I knew that that was going to be a possibility in the future, as well as like it currently could still be, obviously. Like, I could lose a friendship today and not even know like what fucking happened or how to navigate it, because human beings are so, what do you call it? Human beings are so different from one another, if that makes sense. Like the topic of if you're neurospicy or not, or what type of neurospicy, or your past experiences, your past trauma, your past like past in general, how that may affect your friendships today. And these things are just not spoken about or really talked about because it's very awkward, or people are not comfortable doing that. So I think having all of those skills and all those experiences, I think would help in that application, if that makes sense. Or even people who have like 300, 400 viewership, where they deal with different things than I would deal with. They have to be more concerned with hate rates. They have to be more concerned with, like, you know, maintaining their amount of viewership for sponsorships because their deal could close, or, you know, there's more stresses when it comes with more people. Or, you know, the possibility of quote unquote falling off and not really doing as well as you used to. Or even then, do you give chances to the people who are smaller than you and interact with them and, you know, hope that they're not using you for, you know, views or attention or whatever? Or are you going to be trusting the wrong person and work with the wrong people? Because even for me, that has happened to me, where I've made the mistake of working with some people and I kind of, not necessarily, well, I guess kind of regret it, I guess. Where it's like, damn, that kind of sucks. Or, you know, thinking twice about being close to certain people, if that makes sense. Like even for me, I had been offered places to go for certain groups, but I ended up turning it down because I felt that I wasn't ready. I felt as though I was still trying to heal from other things, and I didn't want to put that pressure on myself. So saying no to opportunities as well, which that could have been great. It could have been a great time. But you know, making those decisions is hard. So coming from like a completely non-creator background, I think would have been like a death sentence, if that makes sense. Because even for me, like, would I be able to handle so many people's eyes on me? I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of like that, right? Because everyone is different. Some people will be ready in a month, and some people will take years to be able to do that. Just as well as the IRL ramifications, because if you're an IRL streamer and you get that opportunity and people dislike you, well, then you kind of put other people at risk as well.
We were sparks on quiet streets, two hearts finding where to meet. But life pulled us apart, left me talking to the dark. If I called you tonight, would it feel the same? Or have we both moved on to different names? Take me back to the start, before the quiet and the scars. When the world felt small and your hands felt warm. Take me back to the start, if only for a moment.
Also, side note, I think it's crazy that like it's been almost a year since I've known some people. Like my brain just doesn't understand that.
Your name still lives in my rhymes. Take me back to the start, before the quiet and the scars. Take me back to the start, before the quiet and the scars. When the world felt small and your hands felt warm. Take me back to the start, if only for a moment. If only for a moment. If only for a moment. Take me back to the start, before the quiet and the scars. When the world felt small and your hands.
No, exactly, Jaybird. It is a long time.
Take me back to the start, if only for a moment.
Like my 2-year anniversary is coming up, and it makes me feel it makes me feel old already, if that makes sense. Even though it's just 2 years. It's literally just 2 years. But it kind of like feels so strange, if that makes sense. Like when I first started streaming, I have seen many creators who had been doing it for like 2 years, 3+ years, who are trying to give advice out, where I'm like, it's so crazy that now I'm almost at that point of it becoming full circle. Old. No, exactly. Or like even some of the people who I've met along the way who have been doing this for like 8 years. Where I'm like, damn, you really been putting the work for like a long time. That's so crazy to me. Because I feel like it's really important to celebrate like milestones in my opinion. Like I think things would be less fun if I didn't do milestones or like celebrations at certain points, right? Because as much as it's fun for you guys, it's really fun for me. Because I don't know, it's just really interesting to see. I know there are plenty of people who just don't do anything, which is fine. Or there's plenty of people who only do things at certain amounts. Like I think it was Amiibo just celebrated her 2 years. And let's see who else celebrated their anniversary. Or Milk celebrated 600 followers, I think it was. And it's crazy. I'm like, wow, I've known some of these people for quite a bit of time. Or I've seen this person for quite a bit of time, and then we ended up doing a collab randomly. Like a milestone I think is going to feel so weird is whenever it's like a year since I got the PC. I think that would like make me melt. Also, this is the thing I've noticed. I think the reason, so yeah, I get kind of sappy, and I think I've been talking a lot about like content creation and growth and things like that. I think I'm like this just because, one, it's late at night, and two, when you're doing an activity like art, your mind kind of wanders.
Oh, quiet oceans, they kiss your feet. Snow bows to your breath. How can I compete? The mirrors are slanted, my reflection still there. The marquees they all read. Appearing nowhere, appearing nowhere, now appearing nowhere. We were sparks on quiet streets, two hearts finding where to meet. But life pulled us apart, left me talking to the dark. If I called you tonight, would it feel the same? Or have we both moved on to different names? Take me back to the start, before the quiet and the scars. When the world felt small and your hands felt warm. Take me back,
Wait, do you guys watch people who have 3D models?
if only for a moment. I've been up
What are your thoughts on 3D models? Because for me, I've always enjoyed live 2D
both of us knowing what a life meant.
just because it looks really nice compared to like the game.
But your name still lives in
Because they're like primarily in the same plane, if that makes sense.
back to the start, before the quiet and the scars. Take me back to the start, before the quiet and the scars. When the world felt small and your hands felt warm. Take me back to the
Because like when there's like a combination between 3D and like live 2D, right? No, really, Jaybird. Because there's like a combination between the two, right? So I've been seeing a few people make their 3D debut. Like, oh, you know, here's my 3D model. I just wanted to like come out and say hi to everyone and sing you guys a song or things like that. And I think it's really interesting, right? Because of the way that they kind of present them is like a whole celebration, right? But also when I look at them, I think it's so fascinating at how well they do the models, if that makes sense. Like when they're standing straight, I can't really tell the difference between their live 2D and their 3D model, and then they move their head and I'm like, 3D. Oh my god, I can see your ear. What's going on? I'm like, oh my god, I can see the back of your head. What the hell's going on? That's how I feel. Like, 'cause it's so... Like, I think technology continues to progress, right? So it's so fascinating to see how well the models get, especially depending on like who it is, right? Like they have like more funding for it, right? Sometimes the streamers I watch will use a 3D model sometimes, but it's rare. No, that is fair too, because I feel like it takes up a lot of resources. I do like the movement though. Like it feels, I don't know, it's like it's a mix, right? Because I like the movement of 3D in a sense of like looking at the camera, looking at chat, looking at something else, or even like people who react to videos and they're sitting there and they're munching and you can actually tell that they're eating something. But it's also like I don't know. It can be, depending on how much they move, a little bit of jarring, if that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm just picky. Maybe I'm just picky. Because I don't necessarily watch a lot of people who use 3D stuff. Unless they're my friends. They don't watch their stuff. But like going out and finding other creators, not all that often. But it's even then that too, I think about like... I like models, like live 2D models, just because it shows the movement of the mouth, as well as like where they're looking at in their eyes, if that makes sense. But I don't know. I think seeing live 2D work in like real time does take a bit of time to get used to, if that makes sense. Because when you're watching someone make a commentary video with their VTuber model, like they're not making any type of like content regarding VTubing in general, but when they use their live 2D model, how do I explain this? It's like brain rot sometimes, where it's like, yeah, you should move your model, but like that, why are you moving all over the screen, brother? Like, what's going on? Where it feels like they don't expect their audience to pay attention to them. Which I have a counter argument where I'm like, people use pngtubers. Like I use a pngtuber, right? I use like a, you know, just talking and blinking animation sometimes. That's all I use. So it's fascinating for me to see where it's like, why is it so hard to pay attention or like kind of get saturated in the content, if that makes sense. Because I think even for me, it took me a while to get used to the movement of live 2D. And I think I'm still trying to get used to the movement of 3D. Because there was this one guy, right? His name is Private Lemon, or Private Lime, I think his name is. And he makes content revolving around Project Zomboid. And he primarily made content, but he never used his model in his videos, like in his YouTube videos. And only recently had he made the change to actually using it. So it's so interesting to see, like, even a creator who had been making content for so long was very concerned about how people would generally take his 3D model. Or like live 2D model. Because like the internet kind of hates VTubers. So a game that's predominantly gamer broskies, I don't think would have taken the model really well in the beginning. Because he only debuted it once his numbers had like evened out. Or not even debuted it, but actually used it. Well, he was using it during his streams, but he wasn't using it like in his videos, if that makes sense. Like for me, I've only ever seen one content creator who makes just YouTube videos. Only YouTube videos. Back in the day, who used their VTuber model. So I'm sitting here, I'm fascinated because I'm like, yeah, I don't really know anyone who just does YouTube videos, who doesn't stream. Like there's almost no one popping up in my brain. Like the only VTubers I can think of are like the VTubers who do like how-to videos, like how to set up your OBS, how to set up your parameters, how to market yourself, or you know, those type of videos. But like a regular, just, you know, I'm gonna talk about The Walking Dead or something, but I'm gonna use my live 2D model. I never see. There probably are people who do that and who make content like that. It's just that they're not shown to me at all. Hmm. Okay. I'm going to explode. Trying to get the fur to look right is like pissing me off. Big boom. What? Did I miss a notification? Oh, thank you for the care package, Jipper. Thank you. I'm drinking my Diet Coke and I hope it brings me energy. But yeah, I really can't think of any creator that I watch who uses a VTuber model and makes like standard content. Because even think about like PCat, right? She does how-to videos of like how to do art. No, the guy who's an art channel. Hold up. I don't know if he streams. Let me go look. He did a whole bunch of videos on like art fight. Hold up. He has like really cool characters. They're very like pointed. Where the hell is his channel? Okay, how to start a art YouTube channel. I think it's his video. Yeah, Vildred art. Yeah, VILDR. Yeah, I think he does videos that are like just with his VTuber model. Yeah, he does. Okay, boom. We got one person. Yay. Which could also fall into how-to videos. I don't know. Oh, he is a combination. He uses his PNG and then he uses his VTuber model. Oh. Oh, see. Redesigning Owl House characters, speed paint, and commentary. Redesigning Gravity Fall characters. Looking like the villain, OC animation. I redesigned my villain characters. See, like standard YouTube content. Okay, yeah. And I think Phoenix Mask also makes videos. Yeah, combination too. That makes sense. Because even for me, I don't use my VTuber model when I do gaming content. I only use my PNG model. One, for like resources, and two, just because the only way to make my VTuber models like move, because I don't have a face cam, is to actually just have it track the mouse movement. And when you have your mouse locked to your screen when you play games, it won't move. So there's truly no point in having the VTuber model be up when you play games. And I think maybe it can be sometimes overwhelming to look at it, because when I think about VTuber models, they fall into like separate categories, which is like, one, they look like a Genshin character, which is like, you guys know what I mean. Like they have like this metallic type of clothing, or like this kind of like weird fabric type of clothing where it's like skin tight, but it looks like it's like a swimming suit, if that makes sense, texture wise. And then they have like metal pieces or metallic pieces that make the overall bodice look very like stiff, but also like flappy for like the swimwear material, if that makes sense. And then you get like some designs that are like very well detailed and very stunning. But when you're trying to focus on like a game, because majority of creators who stream do gaming, obviously, well, gaming most likely, I think. Pretty sure. It's kind of hard to pay attention to the game when there's a lot of elements moving on the model, if that makes sense. Like if there's a lot of draping, if there's a lot of jewelry, if there's a lot of movement in itself, because you kind of want your VTuber model to have some sort of movement to make it kind of worth it to have it to make it kind of worth it having it as a VTuber model. I'm really struggling with the head. Hi Spartan, are you gonna go to bed now? Wait, what time is it? Oh. Did I start late today? I might have started late today. Hold up. Yeah, it's okay. It's 3 hours. Okay. I think I would understand it more if I had like face tracking on my models. I think I would feel a bit different about it. Because I think they can be good for reactions and how you feel about things. But it completely depends on your tracking, I think. And depends on your lighting in general. Oh, I need the feathers. I'm also thinking of making more flashcards as like what I should talk about. Because lately, honestly, for like the past year, I've just been winging it about things I wanted to talk about. But maybe I should start making flashcards again. Because sometimes I run out of things to talk about, but I'm like, oh, I should probably fill the dead space.
If I called you tonight, would it feel the same? Or have we both moved on to different names? Take me back to the start, before the quiet and the scars.
Hmm.
The world felt small and your hands felt warm. Take me back to the start, if only for a moment. I've been up since 3, scrolling back where we used to be. Half truths in this late night chat, both of us knowing what a line that. Funny how we talk like we're fine, but your name still lives in my rhyme. Take me back to the start, before the quiet and the scars. Take me back to
I think I'll finish up the sketch today, and then I'll send this over to you, Jaybird, for your approval. Because don't worry about hurting my feelings. You can tell me if like you're not satisfied with like the face or like the fur pattern or anything like that, or if you want the feathers to look a different way. Because I do know that I still need to draw the cherry blossoms too.
if only for a moment. Take me back to the start, before the quiet and the scars. When the world felt small and your hands felt warm. Take me back to the start, if only for a moment.
Oh, ad break is starting. Do I have any cherry blossom pens? I should have some. Ooh. The problem with brushes too is that sometimes they're very different from what you actually draw. Like this is stunning, but it doesn't look like anything that I would actually make. Oh, this one could work. Here, I'll do like a bunch of different brushes, or I can just I probably could just draw them, honestly. Would it take a bit longer? Yeah, but in hopes to match the rest of the painting, I think it would be worth it. Okay, that's not too bad.
We were sparks on quiet streets, two hearts finding where to meet. But life pulled us apart, left me talking to the dark. If I called you tonight, would it feel the same? Or have we both moved on to different names? Take me back to the start, before the quiet and the scars. When the world felt small and your hands felt warm. Take me back to the start, if only for a moment. I've been up since 3, scrolling back where we used to be. Half truths in this late night chat, both of us knowing what a lie that. Funny how we talk like we're fine, but your name still lives in my rhyme. Take me back to the start, before the quiet and the scars.
I'm gonna at least finish the flowers. Because I think I can draw them. I think I can do it. It's just gonna take a little bit of time. My concern is always gonna be when I use brushes, will it actually match the rest of the piece? Because I think when it comes to artwork, it can be a bit jarring when it doesn't. At least in the way that I see my artwork.
If only for a moment, take me back to the start, before the quiet and the scars. When the world felt small and your hands felt warm.
If it still looks a bit rough, then I'll just go on the hunt for like another brush that I can use. Because as long as I make a few different variations of the flower, I can just copy and paste my own artwork. Because I've never been very good with flowers. I really like them a lot, but I'm not very good at drawing them. Unless I use the liquefy tool. Hold up. I don't know how to use this. Actually. There you go. That's the flower. That's the flower, guys. Hold up. Swoop. Okay, what I have to do? So this is gonna be notes for myself. Can you look up how to do volume on flowers? Because right now it looks really, really flat. And I think I need to work on the fur pattern or fur shape when it comes to the face. And then also feathers. Improvement. And then add more wrinkles to the clothes. What else do I need to do? I guess for Jaybird. Input on height. Or length, I should say, length. Length of coat. Face plate. Choice of flower pen. And any other input I can think of. This is just gonna be this is more line art, but yeah, this is more of the line art, but I think having any input now would be helpful. I guess also thoughts on fur. And there we go. I think that should be good for this commission. Let me save this real quick. And let me look at something real quick. Ooh. All right. All right. I think I am done for the night, guys. I think I'm done. I think I really want to fix the face. I feel like the face is misaligned, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna write that down in my notes. I think I would like to look at this after I wake up, because I think I'm just tired and overheated. I think that's why it's kind of bugging me trying to work on this. So I'll send the sketch approval in the morning, Jaybird, after I've looked at it and then made some more adjustments. Yeah, I think that would be the schedule for Sunday. I most likely will be streaming again on Sunday. I'm gonna try doing a bit earlier. It's just that it's been kind of difficult to actually stream earlier, just because of the kiddos are really loud. Or like something pops up and then I have to like kind of look after them for a bit of time where I'm like, okay. I'm not good with kids at all. I'm not good with kids at all. So I'll figure things out. I will be streaming Sunday, probably Monday, maybe Tuesday. I don't know. Because it is just, well, yesterday was just Friday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Am I streaming too much? I don't know. I'll figure things out. I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know in the community post for YouTube if there's going to be a stream or not. Hopefully. I'll let you guys know in the Discord. And I'll try to remember to update social media. Sometimes I honestly don't remember. I don't remember the update. But yeah, I'll look at this again tonight. Or tomorrow morning. And see how I feel about it. Because I feel like it looks fine so far. But I do want some clarification for like certain tiny details on it, I guess. But yeah, I'm having fun. I'm having a great time. Again, thank you so much for the raid. Masamaki, thank you. Thank you for sharing your community. And thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I looked up to see who was on tonight. And we have a few options. Here, let me, okay, I think one person just started. Oh my god. Okay, it's almost 6 hours. Okay. Yeah, let me do a coin flip. All right. Bread won the coin flip. All right, we're gonna go ahead and rate into Bread. If you guys like my Blorbo or like my model for, what do you call it? Model for the fish. He's working on his fish models. So there we go. Raid is starting for Red Botanic. And then I want to go ahead and do... Here are the raid messages. The first one is for everyone. The second one is for my Glucose Guardians. Yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I very much appreciate it. Unfortunately, on YouTube side, I can't raid out. I do not have the qualifications. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me as well. Be sure to get some good rest when you need to and take good care of yourselves. Same thing with my freaky frogs on my Twitch. All right, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, bye-bye. Have a good one. Be nice to Bread and have a good night. Bye-bye. Also, that's me eating your hands.
7 tries, every night's a gamble. Even when I turn off all the lights, all I see are puzzles, yeah. I'd rather be dreaming, floating while sleeping, to islands in the sky. I need you to fly me away. 7 different ways of fighting off the storm we've been sleeping on. Yeah, digging up the ground, trying to find what's wrong. Plant a seed, burn it down, make it freeze, drown out the